you this or not, but when you go to R folder, okay, sure. So here I'm going to, in the home, in the R folder, I'm going to create a folder for your batch, which I'm going to create into a working directory. So this is my folder. I'm just putting the name 18 Jan because it's only a temporary thing that I'm here, right? So 18 Jan, and I go on to this folder, click on more, set as working directory. Okay, so what is workspace? We are going to discuss. But right now, just understand that I have set this as a working directory. Now, whatever files, this file when I save over here, it will get saved in the working directory by default. So this is, I think, class 5 for you guys, right? Okay, so class 5.r has by default got saved in the workspace. So MDI, SDI is never an option. Now we will start with the basics of R. Just a second, I'll just open a folder called as 18 Jan in the R folder and set this folder as a working directory. So this is if you want to check the help on some particular function, then you do a question mark and then you write the function name, help. So this PPT is a Simplilearn PPT. It's there already uploaded on the LMS. So I will show you where you can download this from. So this is how you get a help on some function. So this all you know at least, right? How to get the help at all. Or you can also use help sum, right? Okay. If you want to have a look at the preloaded data sets, so I hope everybody knows that we have to install the packages, how to install the packages and all. Do we know? Are we going fast? We have not covered anything still. Do we know how to install the packages? Okay, you already know how to install packages, all right. And library function also you are aware of, right? Okay. Okay, so basic things you are aware of. Okay, but vectors you have not started. Okay, you are not aware. Not libraries. Okay. So. Okay. Okay. But I talk fast, so I have to speak slowly. Okay. Alright, so we'll start with the basic functions like print and all, and then we'll move on to, more functions. Arithmetic operators and all have been covered. Arithmetic operators, logical operators, no. Okay. So again and again I'm asking sorry for this, guys, again and again, because this was very basic. I thought it will be covered before the stats. That's why I was asking. Okay. So let's start. Nothing in particular about R. Okay. So we'll start with the basic variable creation. So variables in R are created. See, I'll just show this. They're used to store the data. The unique name, this already we know. Variables consist of combination of letters, numbers, underscore, and period. Combination of letters, numbers, underscore, and period. It should begin with a letter or a period. If it starts with a period, it cannot be followed by a digit. So you cannot start, dot 4 can never be a variable. Similarly, but dot xyz can be a variable. 4 can never be the variable, but a4 can be the variable. Reserved words in R cannot be used as identifier. Period means dot. Okay. 4a, can it be a variable? Looking at these rules, can 4a be a variable? 4a cannot be a variable. It has to be a4. a4 is correct. Okay. Dot 4a can be a variable. Dot 4a. Dot 4a also cannot be a variable. If it starts with a period, it cannot be followed by a digit. Similarly, scan can never be a variable. Or print can never be a variable. The basic keywords that are common keywords, reserved words, they cannot be the variables. So these are the only rules for variables. The base integers. Integers are always denoted by 8L, 45L, like this. Complex you can just leave for now. So L represents that this is going to be an integer. This is an integer. So integers have to be explicitly defined with L. 6 is not an integer. 6 is numeric. Are we clear? We are going to discuss examples. 6 is numeric. 18.5 is numeric. 825 is numeric. 45L is integer. 37L means that 37 is an integer. Characters are simple G, Smith, Samriddhi, any name, Uma, all these are characters. Now, some learners are asking me a few details. So here I am defining a variable called A is equal to 4. If I have a look at the class of A, it will be, what will be the class of A? Can anyone tell me? So when I do this, I'm deleting all the variables from here. Okay. Now I have created A. The class of A will be numeric by default. In order to define integer class variable, I have to very clearly say 6L. Now B, if I print B, the value is integer 6. Okay, and the class of B will be integer. Are we clear? And here in the global environment, we can see the values of each of the variables. Okay? So L represents that this is going to be an integer. Six L or 6A all are integers. 6A is not integer. Only L represents integer. If I want to say C is equal to 10L, this means I am defining C as an integer. C will be an integer class. Whereas if I define D equal to 10, so if I define C, it's saying 10L. If I define D, it's saying 10. But if I print C, I still get 10. If I print D, I still get 10. That's because this is explicitly defined as integers. In order to define the integers, I have to, it's a syntax. There is no such representation of L. It's a syntax that L represents that it's an integer. Okay? Everyone is clear? Now here I am defining E is equal to, or name variable is equal to Samriddhi Datta. Now this is going to be a character class. Okay, this is going to be character class. Okay, so basic arithmetic operators let's study now.